Good morning. I'm just gonna like to welcome you to my coffee and cards, although I think I've had enough coffee this morning, so I'm probably good. But I'm just gonna check to make sure I'm live here and in the right spot. So let me refresh this. But I'd like to welcome you to my page. I'm Kelly Agee with Stamp with Kelly, or that's my YouTube channel. So yeah, we're going to have some fun today. So hopefully I'm going to kind of try to go through everything with you and try not to keep you on too long. So let's see. Okay, I am live. So let me know if you're joining me actually live. And if not, then you can always let me know on the replay, because I know everyone can't be live during the day. So, all right. Okay, so let's see. I am over a little bit more. Just trying to see where I got my camera. All right, I think we are good. So I'm just going to hop right into it. I'm using the Painted Lavender, the paper, the butterflies, and the gems. And I'm using this, the Thoughtful Moments, the dies, and the folder. So this is like that 3D folder or whatever they call it. I guess I should have probably got my book, but it's in the mini catalog. So but I'm going to kind of show you how I use this. Now I'm sure there's many different ways to use it, but I have tried it a few different ways. I'm just going to move this out of the way for now. But what I did is I had this, I took and used part of the designer paper and ran it through without inking the folder. And so then you get this. And you can, and I did it here too, and you can take, oh, right here. That's what this is. So I did this, ran it through, and then it cuts it out as well when you put the dies on there. But I colored it with the Highland Heather, the dark, and you kind of get where it highlights the words a little bit more. But then I also did this paper, and I inked my folder in the Gorgeous Grape. And so then it highlights the words as well, just a little bit different. Here, I did it on the Highland Heather paper, the cardstock, inked it in the Memento ink, the black, and then I colored the word with the Highland Heather, the blends, okay? So I'm going to kind of show you how to do this one. And then this is done with the black and the paper. And I like how that turned out, because I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's got like where it took off some of the paper, so it looks like as if I almost sanded it, and I think that'd be really kind of cool. So just different ways to kind of play around. I just think, you know, if you're looking for something, and you can do this on white and ink it in the black or in different colors, and, you know, you don't have to color it, but it was just something different that I was trying to, you know, play around with. Of course, I never ever have enough time to do everything that I want to, right? But I'm going to walk you through how to use this if you have not used it yet. So this will be the side that I inked. It's with the Stampin' Up. Now you do not have to put this in and cut it, but it's all in one thing, so it's very nice. The only thing I don't like is how my folder's getting bent a little bit. But I'm still going to do it today just to show you. But you also can run this through and then lay your dies on it and cut it separately, okay? But we will go ahead and ink this up, and I'm going to do it in the black. And I had this prior to Stampin' Up coming back out with their brayer thing. So, and it's okay to ink this, okay? You just put it under the water, the faucet, and the ink comes right off. So when you do this, you're going to want to kind of keep rolling it so you get ink all over. Okay. And it doesn't show up like you have a lot of ink on there, but and if you get ink here, that doesn't matter because all that's going to be cut out. Hi, Donna. So you'll be fine. I got my coffee, sweet, whatever. I don't even know what that's called, but I had that ordered and I should hopefully be getting it Monday and Tuesday. I actually had to place 2 orders. And so I put part on one and part on the other. So I can't wait to get it. I hope next week I'll probably be doing a Facebook Live on it. So I think I got enough ink. I mean, sometimes it's hard to tell. Before I found my brayer thing back again, I actually rubbed the ink on here. And I'm going to show you. I'll show you on one. What I did is I kind of went like this and just rubbed it on. And you can do that as well, but it gets really messy. So I'm just going to maybe do the corners to make sure I got them good. But if you can rub it with the brayer, that's perfect. Now I'm going to put this on here, and it only goes one way, and it kind of just falls into place. Okay, and then I have a 6x6 paper that I'm going to put on here and do this. And I got my Big Shot off to the side because otherwise it's going to just shake the table too much. So I use plate number 1 and plate number 4. Okay, so I'm going to run that through. Make sure it's nice and even. And it's kind of a little bit hard to run through, but it's okay. You're not going to break anything or bend anything. Besides your embossing folder, maybe a little. Okay. So I got that out of the way. So see how it turns out? It's really awesome. You got all this cut out, inked all at the same time. So I'm going to wipe this off as well, and then I'm just going to run my folder under the water. I'm just going to set that aside for now. And set that aside so I got room to work. So I'm just going to pop all of these out. So cool. You got this too. I really have been happy with it. I just didn't get to play around enough with it. But it's got, oh, happy day, just because, celebrate, hello, get well, which we needed some get wells, with sympathy, you make me happy and love you. So you get 10 of them, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. So I'm going to put these other ones aside. So what you could do is if you're working with this, take an ink and keep cutting and cut a bunch out and just throw them in a bag. That's what I kind of started with, and it's worked out well. Okay. So I'm going to move these aside. I used hello just because and thank you. So I'm going to probably, I think I'll probably just still use them. Oh, let me see. Because what I did is kind of goes with the projects. Like on here it says thank you. And you know, you can put like a little gift card, some candy in there, jewelry, whatever. So so it's nice to do a thank you, or you could do thinking of you. This one says just because, and it's real simple, but I just wanted to highlight the just because in the paper. Absolutely gorgeous. And I actually left the inside blank. So we'll be doing that, and then we're going to do this card, the hello, and it says you're simply marvelous, and I love this layout. So let's get started with the cards, but I just kind of wanted to show you how to do that, and then we'll kind of continue working, okay? So real simple. All right, so I have the Highland Heather. It's 4 1/4 by 11. I took and added, I don't know why, but I just like how it looks when I add another piece of the cardstock. Kind of makes it look finished. You can barely tell it's there, but it does look more finished. Okay, so we're going to start gluing this. And I always kind of like to glue all my pieces before I actually add it to the front. And I ran this white piece, so you got a 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and then I have a piece of the white, basic white cardstock that is 3 1/4 by 5, and I ran that through the I think it's Timeless something folder. I can't remember. And then I also ran this little strip through there because I don't like cards that have designer paper and then it just goes to white and there's nothing to kind of make it look like it's finished. I don't want it just cut off. So that's why I added that. And this little piece is, let me see, 3 5/8 by 3 1/2. So this is just like a 1/4 of an inch. Or not a 1/4, like 1/8 of an inch smaller. Okay, and then I'm going to add this, and this piece is a 1/4 of an inch by 4 3/4. So it matches the white. But you know, it's supposed to kind of start warming up. But I'll tell you what, it's still cold out. I don't think it's really going to probably warm up real nice till the afternoon, but I think this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so we're just going to add this to the front now. And like I said, I'm more highlighting the thoughtful moments than I am the painted lavender, but this is such beautiful paper. The little embellishments are on back order, I think, till like March 11th or 12th or something. So I have to make sure that I get them because I am using them for a class in my retreat. So if anyone sees they're on back order or they're not, that I can order them, message me. I don't always get on there, but I do check when I'm looking for something. I always make sure I check. Okay, so I just added a piece of white that is 4 by 5 1/4. And like I said, I'm just going to leave that blank because then you could use it for whatever you want. Okay, I'm going to take the marker and where it says just because, I'm going to go ahead and color that in with the blend. And this is the dark Highland Heather. And you don't have to, but I just feel like it kind of really highlights it. And it's real simple to color in. Doesn't take long at all. And it's kind of raised, so I feel like I'm holding this wrong to color it. So if you did this in white and used the black ink and then colored it, it would really pop too. Okay, and see, that wasn't too bad. And what I did is I took some dimensionals. If I got, where's my scissors? I just did some smaller ones here and added them to the back. Just so you can't see them, of course. And I added about 4 because you really want it so it stays even. Alrighty. And so the just because is popped up. And you could add it up here too. You know, that would actually be really pretty. Let me see something. I liked it on the bottom, but If you wanted to use even a whole piece of the paper, what do you guys think? Do you like it down on the white to make it pop more? It actually looks kind of cool up here too. I'm not sure where I like it better. I think I'm going to still put it back down here. I may add the butterfly a little higher. But I do really like that on that paper. So you could use the whole sheet like this and then add your just because on top. That'd be really cool. I might have even colored the little butterfly, some sponged it, you know, I probably should. Because it's so white, but it's, I don't know. No, you know what? I think I'm going to leave it white. I didn't do it very dark with the purple, and it kind of, I hate to say, looks dirty. So I'm just going to do it with the white. And I'm actually going to pop that up there a little higher. Okay, and then I had an extra butterfly out here. I thought I had some twine. Not sure what I did with it, but I'll have to. That was for my next card. So let me do a little bow with that. So I'm just doing a double. I think the twine looks nice with the purple. Okay, oops. Let me do that again. Lost my little loop there. So with the retreat, I haven't changed the price of the early bird special thing. So if you still want to sign up today, you can. But by tonight, I'll probably change it. For the people that signed up early, they saved a little bit of money. So, okay, we're just going to kind of make that smaller. Just going to trim some of that off. And let's see. I think I'm still going to put that there, but it looks really pretty. Just something a little different. And I'm just going to add a glue dot for the twine. There. And then I'm going to add some embellishments. I think I like the dark ones for this. Let's see, let's start up here. Okay, then we'll add another big one and we'll do that. Where do I want to do that? Maybe right there. Okay. So that was our first card. So I took and did it on the Highland Heather, inked it in the black, and then I ended up coloring it with the dark Highland Heather. Real simple. I actually think I like my butterfly up higher. What do you guys think? It's very pretty though. I don't think you can really go wrong with it. So, all right, so that's the first card. The second card we're going to work on is this card. And I didn't even cut anything yet, so we're going to work on that together. Okay, so what I started out with is 5.5 by 8.5, a piece of Highland Heather, and I scored it at 4 1/4. And to get this cut, I'm going to show you how to do that. So sometimes I do it ahead of time, and then sometimes it's hard to understand. So here's my 4 1/4 score line. I got it right there. And then the tip of the, I want to make sure you can see this. The tip of the front of the card is right there. Okay. So I'm just going to line that up. And then I'm just going to slice that off. So you can save this to punch out your circle if you need to. Okay. So there's that, and then just crease it really well. And then my front of my card, same thing. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And so then I'm taking this is how it's going to be on your card. I'm taking the top left corner at the top in the track and the bottom right. Okay, so that's where you're going to slice your paper in half, and then that will give you what you need for the front and the inside. So the inside's going to go right here, and then the front will go right here. Okay, and then I have a piece of 3 3¼ by 8½, and it's scored at 4¼ So I'm going to put this on first, and then we'll move on to the other paper. So, running out of glue here. So we're going to put this on here. Oops. Get that off there so I can see what I'm doing here. Okay. I have to slide that over just a hair, but it will let me. There we go. Sometimes when I do this front, like I probably still don't have that on right, but I should just open it up and put it on. It's much easier. Just a little bit hanging over here. I'm going to snip that. Normally you like to see like kind of a border like I have here, okay? So definitely open that up and put it on, but it'll be fine once I get everything done. So this piece is going to be right here, all right? I think I need to get my new glue out. I knew I'd be needing it, and it'll probably come out like crazy, but we'll try not to squeeze too hard. Okay, so this will be just like that. Okay, and you want that nice little like line of purple that you can see there. Okay, so now I got the 3¼ by 8½, and I scored it at 4¼ And I got this piece of the purple, which is not quite the other side of that, but this is a 3 by 4 inch. I kind of like to have a solid color in the front here because it, I don't know, when you go to put your sentiment on, and you know what, kind of check your pattern, but I kind of think that's how it should go, okay? And then you're going to put this in here, and the trick is just to make sure when you do this that you can open like this. If you get it too tight, say I put that down like that, and then you try to put this down, sometimes your flap won't close good. So it's good to kind of, you know, check it out before you actually press too hard to let it, you know, set up your glue. That's why I kind of like to use glue, because it gives me a little time to move. Okay, I'm just going to hold that. And you kind of want it centered some, say I get that a little higher up. I don't know if you've seen that, but if this line doesn't go, you know, like if this isn't high enough and this doesn't fold down, then you need to move this piece. But there is about a ½ inch all the way around. Okay, so that's like that. All right, and all I did was I used my hello, and I colored that in as well. Let's see. So I'm just going to quick color that. So how do you think you would do this? Have you worked with it yet? I mean, like, would you do it on white and then color it? Or would you just do it on whatever paper and, like, not color it? I mean, because it's cool what you can do with it. But I don't know, you can hear the big swans. The swans are so noisy this morning. It's kind of fun to see them though. Oh, and I was going to ask anyone, tonight I am going to try to make a Mexican lasagna. So you use like the flour tortillas and, you know, of course, taco meat and stuff. Just basically like you do a, like a burrito or whatever. But I'm kind of excited to try it. It looked really good. Something different, I don't know. We're getting tired of the winter meals, I guess you'd call them. The casseroles and stuff, although this is kind of like a casserole, but I'm not sure. In soups, we kind of went through the fall with lots of soups, but we haven't really made too many soups. So I don't know. Kind of am ready for spring. Yeah, I like it colored too. I just think it's really cool. Oh, I did because I was going to put this on here, and I thought that looked okay and popped up, but I actually added a 2-inch circle and a 2 3/8-inch circle, and that is just with the punches. Now, if you want something fancier, you can take in, I'm just gluing these together. You can take and do your stitch circles, but I thought the hello was kind of the highlight besides the butterfly. But I'm just going to add this on here. Now, the other thing when you do the butterfly, which I should have probably, might have to do that hello a little bit lower, but when you go to, if you put this up, you got to kind of make sure that it's not going to get all bent here. So it's got to be low enough for that, okay? So just a little tip, I guess. So I'm going to put the butterfly on. I'm just kind of gluing it in the center because I like the wings to be able to kind of look like they're, like it's flying. And I actually am going to go a little bit lower than what I did last time because the hello can fit a little lower too. Excuse me. I got a frog in my throat this morning. I don't know why. But I'm going to go ahead and pop this up. And it's kind of nice because you wouldn't think it'd be easy to pop it up, but it really is. I'm just going to grab some of these smaller ones. Let's see. I'm going to put that on the O. And this on the H. I'm finally going to get to go to a retreat in March. We go every year down to Port Huron, and I am so looking forward to it. Hope the weather's good. It'd be nice to get away for a few days, and that's when I do all my work for the retreats that's coming up. I cut everything and prep it. So, okay, so let's put that right there. Then I do have my little bow tied for that with the twine. If I can find a glue dot here, I need to rip some of this off. And you don't have to put it on the butterfly, but I kind of think it looks nice. It kind of finishes it off a little bit. And then I got some gems. Oh, and I got to stamp the center. So this is a white that's 3x4. But let me put my gems on. I'm going to use these lighter gems this time, instead of the ones that, to me, they look more like the, not the razzleberry, but kind of. You know what? I'm going to put that one there. Oh, yeah, I like that better. Okay. Alrighty, so let's stamp in the Gorgeous Grape. It says you are simply marvelous. Who wouldn't want to receive a card that says that, right? And then there's a little room to write a note. Okay, so we're going to glue this down. So these cards are so simple, and I think one thing I love about Stampin' Up, and I mean other companies do this too, but especially Stampin' Up, their designer paper I think is just the most awesome. It's beautiful. They got their own artist that, you know, designs this, but everything matches, and it's just so easy to use the designer paper to make a card. I mean, and you should use it. Don't buy it and save it and don't use it. But yeah, I think I like the butterfly down a little bit more. So, but yeah, simple card. I love the layout of these cards. So, and it's a great way to display the designer paper. Okay. So that was card number 2. So now we're going to work on this box. I was just going to show you, I had told the gals who ordered my cow class that I would do a box to kind of demonstrate how to do this, but I wanted to do it with what I was using. So that's why I got this, and it's really nice. I'm going to go through everything with you. I didn't even score the stuff or anything. So, and this is my template that I keep. I always keep it, so I have it. So your paper is 7.5 by 11, okay? So on the 7.5 side, you are going to score at 3/4 of an inch. And I always find if it's less than an inch, I like to use this side as my guide, okay? And then I will turn it over. So I got the 3/4 of an inch, and then I'm going to do 1.5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to do that 3/4 of an inch. You're doing it on both sides of the 7.5. Okay, so then we got to go back and do the 1.5. So you got 3/4 of an inch and 1.5 on both of these ends, okay, which is probably really hard to see. But then I go and I do 3.5. I score it. I don't know what I created that box for. I had something that I had bought that I wanted it to, you know, to fit in there, and I had to design it. So I got 3.5, 4 1/4, 7 3/4. The last box I did took me like 3 times because I didn't make it big enough, and when I thought I had added enough, it wasn't on my last video. So this one, that's why I like to keep a template, because it makes it easier. So, all right. So what we're going to do is cut, and I'll show you. Let's just fold this to start with. So we're going to fold and crease it really well. We're going to do the 3/4 inch and the 1.5 inches. Okay, so you will find on here, and it's hard to see, so let's go ahead and just fold this. But there is one side that is shorter than the other, and that is actually the front and the top of your box. Okay, so you can see this side is shorter. So this is actually the top of your box that comes around, okay? Let's get that out of the way. So what you're going to do is, because this is the bottom, and I need these flaps to kind of go in so they can glue to the back of that. So I am going to, now we're going to take the piece that is longer, and what you're going to do is just go ahead and cut. It'd be your first score line. Okay? And then you're going to come over here and do the same. And what you're going to do is be getting rid of all of this. Okay? And what I found, and it's up to you, But I line this up in my trimmer because I like a nice, neat line. You can cut it with the scissors, but I'm just lining that right up in my trimmer, and I'm just going to cut it. And you can get that out of the way. You can kind of see how far you can go. And then if you don't cut it all the way, then you can finish with the scissors. Okay, so I don't got it quite cut here far enough. Okay, oops. Did I not press hard enough on my trimmer? I might have not. Let's see if I can get it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing with this side. And I just like, because it really gives it a nice clean line. So what I'm doing is I can line it up right here, that line, and then on top. Okay. And so this time I'll be going right here. And you kind of can feel, but I don't know if I cut that up high enough there too. I did. I'm not pressing really, really hard with my trimmer, so it's like, I think I'm not getting a cut. But this will be the top of your box, and what you're going to do is put glue here and fold it around like this, okay? So, but before I go any further, on the top, I always like to, not always, but I like to kind of round my box. It just looks a little softer, so I'm using the Trio Punch. Okay. And then you're going to find that you're going to want to do that with your designer paper as well. Okay, so this little piece is, and I always write the size down, it's 2 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then the bottom piece for the front here is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So what you're going to do is, because you're going to be seeing like this side, so this will be considered the bottom. Oops, I'm sorry. That you will want to do the corner rounder on it. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. But that's the part that's right here. Okay. So we're done with that. Okay. So let's do, now you could put the designer paper on here if you want, and maybe I'll go ahead and do that. I'll get that done. So just make sure you got it laying the right way. But if it's easier to wait and put your box together and then do designer paper, it's no problem, because it's really easy to do. So I'll do the top, but I'll wait on the bottom. Okay, so we're just putting that on there like that. So hopefully I did it right. I did. That's why I said it might be easier. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue on these 2 pieces that's folded in. You want to put enough towards the edge, but not crazy. So I'm just going to put glue on both right away. Now you can use score tape if you'd like. I feel I like that wiggle room. Okay, so you're just going to line this up. And you want to make sure that that is out. So your main thing is to line up the bottom and the edge, which hopefully my other side is not in there yet. Okay. So you kind of want to get both of them going and then go back and check them. And then what I do is I take my bone folder and just kind of press so that gets pressed in there good. Make sure this is good still. So see how it's nice and even. And, you know, I should have probably pushed that down a tad, but just make sure that this is sticking good. But either way, it looks really nice, okay? So there's our box. Cute. So this piece is the, this is the 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to add that. And of course you don't round this. Okay, if I can get glue out without it all squirting out. Big blob. Try to spread that around. All right. This box is actually really easy to do. So then you can just push it around and, okay. So there's that. And then what I used is, I had used this silver and white ribbon, and I took and colored it with the blends, but it's like, it actually doesn't pick up a lot of color. So I don't know if I should color. I mean, you can kind of tell that it's got a purple tinge to it, so I guess I will. And I could have done this ahead of time, but in case somebody hasn't seen it, you just take your blends. You know what, I'm going to use this. And you just color. It's a lot to color, but... And it just, I don't know if you can see that. There's just a little tinge of the purple. Now, you can sometimes go and do both sides to make it darker, but I wasn't too concerned about getting it too dark. So let's just go ahead and finish coloring it. That noise is kind of crazy because this ribbon's a little like rougher, but if you use like a, this has got like the little, I don't know, marks, like you can see through it. But if you use like a silky ribbon or whatever that doesn't have these little marks, you'll see the color a lot better. And I don't know, I just took a big chunk. I'll probably be cutting some off, but it just, I don't know, kind of softens it instead of being so white and blends it. So you just want to be careful not to push too hard to ruin your tip on your blends. Okay. I probably could use the sponge thing in the blending brushes and maybe do that too. I don't know. I don't know if that would work. Let me see. Now I'm kind of curious if that would work too. But you know what? I think that would stay wet longer. I don't know. Let's see. I'm just going to get a little bit. I don't think that makes a bit of a difference. Okay. I guess the blends were probably the best. So I only had the blending brush for the, if I was going to do the butterfly. Okay, so with my box, what I did is I tied the, let me get this out of here. I am going to bring my ribbon up here. And I'm tying it kind of upside down because I'm going to do the little bunny ears. And if you want them to end up the right way, you have to tie it upside down. Most of the time I feel like that's how I can keep the ribbon tight, but not always. But I like to kind of try to keep it as tight as I can, and then it lays nice too. Okay, just to get that tighter. Okay, I think that's about as good as it's going to get. All right, and we're just going to snip a little bit of that off. Isn't that pretty? So that's what keeps the box closed, okay? So now the next thing what I do, make sure it's centered and where you want it. I mean, you can always move it. Okay, that looks pretty though with that little bit of silver there. But what I do is I got the little 2 3/4 inch circle and then the 2-inch circle. So what I do is I like to put my dimensionals right there. And you don't need tons, but then it kind of holds. I'm just going to put that there. And you can't put any dimensionals here or you won't be able to open it up because it does open up. I didn't really show you. But it does hold your ribbon in. And it opens up and there's quite a bit of room in there actually. So hopefully, you know, that makes sense to use. So the next thing I did was, and I think I'm going to color in my thank you because I liked how that looks much better. Now you could put like a little Velcro thing under there as well, and then just tie your ribbon on top, and you won't have to tie it around the box. You could do it either or. Okay. All right, so let's do, yeah, I'm going to color that in because I like how that looks. Just really kind of highlights it. Oh, jeez. I'm going off the line because I'm not really holding this right for me. Okay. So is all the snow gone up in the thumb, or where you guys are? Because we have very little, like the piles that's been snow plowed, but I think a lot of it's gone around the thumb area. I'm ready for it to be gone. It was so nice the one day, and then of course we had to have that snow the next day and get cold. We're kind of getting spoiled, I think, and anxious, although our winter has not been bad at all. I hate to really complain. Okay, oh yeah, I think I really like this. So what kind of ideas do you think could fit in this box if you're giving somebody a thank you? Say that they help you out in some way, I don't know. But I always think a little gift card and candy. And you know what? I'm going to pop that up this time. I didn't pop it up last time, but I think I'm going to. And then we're going to cut some of these small ones. Okay, I think that should be good. I was thinking too, if you ran black on your folder and like maybe some like bright like designer paper, but not too colorful. I wonder if I should put that maybe there. You know, I don't know how that would look. Might be kind of fun. Like, I don't want to say rainbow colors, but kind of, you know, the brighter colors. Yeah, I think this will look nice. Hopefully I'm in the picture here. I just wanted a little bit of the, like, the butterfly to look like it was landing on that. Okay. So, what do you think of the box? Do you think it'd be easy enough that you would do? I mean, it really is an easy box. So, I'm going to use the lighter ones here. There. That's all there is to it. Like I said, I love the painted lavender. It's probably really one of my favorite sets. So, and still available. Just the gems are in back order, but I believe soon here in like another week or so, they should be off back order. I'm just going to tie this box up. So what do you think? I definitely like this colored. It just really makes it pop, don't you think? So, yeah, oh God, yeah, lottery tickets. That would be an awesome gift. How fun would that be? So maybe let's chop this off a little bit. There. Okay. Oh, I definitely like it colored better. I think that's kind of going to be like the little trick. I haven't really watched what other demos are doing on this, so really kind of have no idea. I don't get much time to watch stuff anymore, but anyways. So a favorite or just, you know, I don't know. And then two, when you guys work with this, do you find it better to ink your stuff and then cut it out after you run it through, or do you like to run it through all together? I mean, I kind of like to run it through all together. I just don't like my folder getting kind of warped a little bit, but I think maybe if you kind of just keep flipping it, it'll be just fine. Still gonna work when you run it through the big shot, so not a big deal. But all right, that is it for today. I think we did great. Hopefully with me kind of going through all the steps with this card, it makes it easy to do. And the box is actually quite easy. If you want the measurements for the box and the scoring, I can take and write it down for you, or type it with the instructions. Just let me know. But that is it for today, and thanks for joining me on an off day. But I will probably hopefully be back next Wednesday, I'm hoping. I will see what my schedule is and what I can do. But oh, what else was I going to say? Oh, if you like this class and you want it, for $40 with an order by Sunday midnight, which I know isn't a lot of time, and use my host code, you can get this for free. I will send you the product and the designer paper, and I can even cut them out, I think. I mean, it's not like I'm stamping them. The only thing that was really stamped was this. You'd have to have the marker to color it in your choice, and the butterfly and the ribbon. So just let me know, or use my host code with the $40 order, and beginning of next week I'll send it out for you. So yeah, I will put the measurements for the box, Donna, down, okay? But thank you guys for watching, and give me a heart, thumbs up, share my video. I appreciate it all. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend.